I'm Doug Head.
And I'm Russ Head.
We were born in Thomaston in September 14th of 1955. We grew up together, obviously. We were twins, and so one of the neat things about that is you have a lifelong best friend.
Oh, that was a really interesting recording with your dad and your uncle. It was great.
We always say that we were womb mates before we were roommates.
Being a twin has positively changed my life because it does, you have a common experience and you have someone that you can confide to and talk to, both in the successes in your life and early in our life our mother passed away. So the really difficult times you have a common experience, and it's great to have someone who shared all those things and that you can talk about and lean on each other in many ways.
You've always got that really soulmate there to share life with and to confide in and to bounce ideas off of.
As far as trauma in our life, our mother died when we were 10 years old. I think having a twin was a wonderful help in that I had someone who had been with me since birth, and along with my sister who was 5 years older. But being a twin, you had this person that knew you inside and out, and we could lean on each other and get comfort from each other in that trauma. So I just think you couldn't have had a better person to lean on and to confide in and to get help from than this twin that had been there all your life. So it's a great help.
I don't think during all those times that we actually talked about what we were going through together, but our mere presence in that mystical bond you have between you, that maybe we didn't have to talk about it so much, but we were still a big support and comfort to each other. I think it makes us closer, and we continue that survivor bond together, and it somewhat impedes probably other people getting inside that circle. The circle of identical twins in particular is very tight, and everybody else lies somewhere outside that circle.
I think being a twin early in life with trauma like that, I often described it as it's a club that has a very harsh price for admission. But those who are in that, as we were as twins, you have that common experience, and it's a great help.
When I was listening to the video, and I was struck by the trauma that they both kept referring to, and I don't know if it was more than the death of their mom when they were 10 years old, but perhaps there was more trauma in the family before or after that. But it's very common when I meet with twins that when they've had a specific trauma, whether it's a death or there's physical or emotional abuse, that it even makes what is already a very close bond even closer, because they really need one another to get through whatever it is they're trying to negotiate as children. And it felt very clear to me as I was listening to your recording that this trauma bond that they have is probably at the root of what it is that's made their relationship so strong and actually so singular.
If you ask me a negative impact, I would simply say that in one way, I think our relationship is so effortless that I think sometimes, when you go through a marriage or a relationship with a spouse or a woman, I think it sort of sets a tough hurdle to get over, in that it's an effort. Most relationships require effort and maintenance and those types of things. Ours is very effortless, so it makes other relationships somewhat more difficult because of that.
Same with getting married. I think I've always had a soulmate, and when you try to have a relationship with someone else, it just never seems to be as seamless and as easy. And relationships are very difficult, but this one is not difficult.
I was thinking about how, that your dad's marriage wouldn't have been able on any level to fulfill whatever it is that he and his brother are able to do for one another.
The thing that touches me most is he's such a loving, compassionate, giving person who is also very level-headed, and he doesn't get caught up in the emotion of the moment.
Russ, I think the thing that I'm most thankful for is the fact that we've been together all our life. We have that common experience, and we've been through all the challenges and the wonderful celebrations. We've been through all that together. So it's like having it's like having yourself for a best friend. And so I'm thankful that we have our Christian life together, and we can always bounce things off of each other, but it's just close as we are, just to be able to share life with and those things with.